My last 6 boxes of Series 1 Hobby, forgot I had it and noticed it and thought, why not? There's your teams. Let's get some awesome stuff. I haven't opened this in a while. We did some... It wasn't that long ago. I did have a brat yesterday, JMBBB. It's funny because I told Sam it was so-so. And most brats that I don't cook, I feel like are so-so. They're almost always... Well, these were like the kind where they just got a little color on them and then they were sitting in kind of crock pots for, you know, for service, which I understand, but I like mine to have a little crisp to them. Just a base. Nothing in that first pack. I don't even remember where the hits are. Nothing in that pack either. They're towards the back, I think. Yeah, last couple cards. Well, and to be honest, I think a big part of the problem is... And I understand this to an extent too, but you got to buy the good stuff to start with, the high quality stuff. Churio up in a huge spot. Bo Jackson, 1990. This was like a fundraiser type deal, but you know, I wonder how much more the brats they, or how much less the brats they bought are than the good ones. You know, how much less they cost. They were charging $6 a brat, which at the store, the brat and bun combo you get for, I don't know, maybe $1.50. That's before any other thing. So that seems like that should be enough profit for buying the good ones. If they were charging $2 a brat, that's a different calculus. Larry Walker, 1990 insert. Julio, Training Grounds. Locklear, Rookie Rainbow. Yeah, we haven't had many parallels yet. Or a hit, obviously. Yeah, here we go. Starting to... Class A Rainbow. Lubob. Right, Strouser? Yeah, that's my preferred method as well. What is this? Backwards insert. Mickey, Call to the Hall, pink. I boil them in beer first and then grill them. That's my preferred method. There are people who say, and this is maybe more of the crock pot service method, that you grill them first and then you put them in the beer bath after. I like it the other way. But it really does add something. Call to the Hall, Randy Johnson. Schwarber. Game used 1990. JF cards. Possibly putting a little heat on Ohtani for MVP. Maybe just a tiny little bit. Yamamoto 1990. Silver pack. Yeah, I definitely can. River Ryan, Mazur, both rookies, and Tyler Locklear, rookie. I guess the thing is, too, I'm not usually making brats for 100 people to eat over the course of 5 hours. I'm making brats for 10 people to eat immediately. And if you buy Johnsonville brats and you boil them in beer, they're not going to get dry. You'd have to like try hard for them to end up dry. So they're crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. So it's very simple, but yeah, buy Johnsonville original brats, boil them in beer until they turn pale, and put them on the grill until they're nice and crispy. That's all it takes. Yeah, exactly. And I use a Weber, classic Weber kettle charcoal grill. That's my... But it doesn't have to be that way. I definitely... Actually, they're really good on, like, the Traeger. Sam's Traeger. Murakami. First pitch. Lamont Wade. Gold. Nick Sogard, rookie. 1733 of 2025. Yeah, since I have a Blackstone and a charcoal grill, I have a hard time pulling the trigger on the money for a Traeger. But it would be cool. I would like one. Jackie Robinson, 1990 insert. The charcoal grill does take some effort to set up and stuff. That's one thing. The Traeger, as long as you have pellets in it, you can start it with an app. And I think it's really good for things like bigger chunks of meat, roasts, and pork shoulders, and briskets. Might get expensive to do that with the pellets. I don't know. I love it. I love it, JMBBB. The other thing, of course, is that I live alone, so I'm not usually firing up the Blackstone to make something just for me. So I only use it a few times a year, but I do like it a lot. Grant McCray, rookie rainbow. Benintendi. Yeah, I really like cooking on mine. Taylor Ward to 150. And I will also say, Strouser, or anybody else who's looking for one, I want to say I got mine at Walmart, like in the store, for like a lot cheaper than They are sometimes. I bought the big old 4-burner one, and I think it was only like $200. Maybe it was 300. But I know it was like online. They were like 4 or 5. Hank Aaron. Kyle Tucker. Last team to go. Cards and Tech. Yeah, maybe that is also true. Maybe I bought it in September, October. I can't remember. But I think like at Walmart is the best. I saw that they were way cheaper there when I got mine. I don't know if that was a fluke or they're always like that. Yount, Cole, McCutcheon. Oh, we have an auto. Wow. JMBBB. Pete Alonso, black auto to 10. There's a little spice for the break. 9 of 10, Pete Alonso. Beauty. Was it Series 2 we kept just getting awesome stuff out of? I think it was. I wonder what that stuff costs now. If we could find some. It gets hard to find flagship, which is weird because they do make a ton of it, but ooh, to 25. Matt Vierling orange, JMBBB, and a Matt Olson rainbow. It's like 160 for a Series 2 hobby now. Yeah, that is a lot. Stroud first pitch. He's heating up. Scooble. Oh man, speaking of he's heating up, I don't know if we got any retro gamers in the chat, but I've had a couple of fun Goodwill finds the last couple weeks, including today. Real Muto game used relic, where I bought Blades of Steel for the NES, which I've never played before. It was only a few bucks. And then Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Genesis, Sega Genesis. And I do remember playing Sega Genesis way back in the day. So I'm going to have to pick one up at some point to go with my... I found Sonic 1 for Sega Genesis the other day. And a bunch of NES games that I had that I didn't have, which I don't have that many, but it's a fun little thing. And they were priced right now. The thrift stores, they used to price them, even at this place, like $15 or $20 a game, when they should be like $5 a game. They're $7 now, which that's doable. Rays rainbow. Oh man, and then also, I may be talking to no one right now, but that's funny, Strouser. You might have been right. Who knows? I was at a flea market on Saturday, and a guy had a Dreamcast, a Sega Dreamcast that he said was functional and tested and all that. And like, that's the system that people say at the time wasn't really appreciated, and then now people look back and really like it. I remember playing that one too at my rich friend's house. He had like PlayStation, Xbox, and Dreamcast. It was crazy. But it was $125, which I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I didn't pull the trigger on that one. Those ones I think can be... Oh, we got a gold here. Adam Mazur. I think those can be a little more finicky because they have the disc readers and all that. Sega Saturn. That's one I don't know like anything about. What era is that? After Genesis, before Dreamcast? That sounds right, A-Rider. I think there was like internet capability. River Ryan rookie, Missouri rookie, Locklear rookie. Do those look familiar? And a Matt Chapman to 199. Cards and Tech. Saturn had they were on CD too, or on disc. Is that the one where the games are super expensive now? They're like really collectible. One of my friends was talking about how he like dug up some. I think they were Sega Saturn games. I thought he said. Sold them for a bunch of money. That's the sharp one. Leave that one close by. I gotta get my room set up. I have a CRT TV. A couple of them, actually. Back in California, I had a CRT TV that was too big. It was bulky. But I really do think like playing those games on the old TVs that's the way to do it. It's really fun. Garcia to 150. Blake Perkins Rainbow. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even play those games when I was a kid. My mom was like staunchly anti-video game. She was one of those. And I didn't have, until I was late into my teens, I didn't have any systems. And then for quite a while, I only played sports games, really. I was not a gamer kid. But it's fun to go back now. I played a lot of the Super Nintendo Zelda. I get the Zelda names confused, but Kowser to 2025. That was just an Otani base. I remember playing NBA Jam on my friend's Sega Genesis a lot. One friend I had, but that was like way after better stuff had come out. He just still had one. Imanaga blue to 150 material. Cranky Yankee. Link to the Past, that's right. Yeah, I really like those old Zelda games too. Weirdly, I think I've said this before, A-Rider, but One of the only non-sports games I ever played as a kid was Link's Awakening on Game Boy. We had a Game Boy Color. The game was older than that, though. It was like the regular Game Boy game, you know? They still worked for Game Boy Color. And, I beat Link's Awakening as a kid, and that was like the only... I don't know why. We got it from a friend of a friend or something, you know? So that was one that I played. It was really cool. That music always sticks with me. Do 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 do. Glacius. Yeah, we got an original Game Boy from my uncle somehow. Played that for a while, but the screen was all bad and it was old. It had lines in the screen and stuff. And I think the only games we had for that were like Jeopardy and Tetris. Tetris was fun. Jeopardy, not so much. Hayden Birdsong rookie. Malloy rookie. Vlad Sr. Oh, that's another numbered one. George Brett to 99. Oh, the silver packs have had some interesting stuff. Burbank. I know, A-Rider. It's amazing. Those, like, we played on Game Boy Color, too. And even the Game Boy Color wasn't backlit. So you had to be in the light and, like, it's crazy to think. All right, let's get a patch auto or something. Training Grounds, Vlad Jr. Yeah, exactly. But that's how the TVs were then, too. My mom would always be like, it's a dungeon in here. And we had this living room that, in hindsight, was amazing because it had big picture windows on 3 of the walls. It was like picture window, 2 picture windows, picture window. So it got like a ton of light all day. But we'd always have all the curtains closed so we could see the TV when we were kids. Just 2 left in hockey? Awesome. Yeah, you know, I've never really played Donkey Kong much. I gotta find that for Super Nintendo. I have a Super Nintendo. I have an NES, a Super Nintendo. I have a PS2, but I haven't plugged it in. I haven't played it in forever. That was like the system of my youth, was PS2. A lot of Bond, Agent Under Fire. Ichiro Call to the Hall. Mullins Greatest Hits. What's that, Strouser? Donkey Kong? Yeah, I think my dad says he remembers their first color TV too. JMBBB. Well, I know they say that like some of the ones that were derived from arcade games, like Donkey Kong, are like insanely hard because they wanted people to keep putting quarters in. Amador rookie. Purple Nick Sogard rookie. Reggie Jackson called to the hall. Schmidt 1990. Ramirez game used. Digital Donnie. Geez, our only autograph has been from the silver pack so far. 5 relics. Brooks Lee rookie. Buxton. Harper. Another auto. Dang! Man! In my face! What a weird half case. That's a Yount auto to 99. Hayden. Expos go to the Nationals. It's always by franchise. Wow, nice Robin Yount auto. So 2 really good silver pack autos. And all relics. Yeah, we never played arcade games either. You know, every once in a while, like Pac-Man or something, but never played like the fighting ones, Mortal Kombat, or never played a Rampage. I remember, must have been one of the pizza places we went to or something had, is it called San Francisco Rush? You know, the one that has the wheel and the whole thing? Brian De La Cruz. I think those were fun. Oh, Class A team logo border. Digital Donnie. Yeah, that's the other thing. We hadn't had any case hit stuff until that. Well, like I keep saying, he may be a footnote to history before too long. Yeah, I will send him those. Woo! Yeah, there was a Robin Yount silver pack auto, Red Raider. Wow. That's cool. Nacho Alvarez on card. Real one green autograph. Cranky Yankee. $76 of 99. Very nice. Oh, the backwards Eflin base. That's happened in Series 1 for some reason. Harper Training Grounds. Rocchio. Uh-oh. Well, I don't think he's going to score. Oh, he's going to try. Oh. Jeez. I thought that might have been hit too hard for him to score. Back-to-back hits to lead off the 8th, and the Phillies are back in the lead. Little German, you're definitely not late. We got a long way to go tonight. Hopefully. Wow, and a gold Bronx Bombers. Cool. To 50, Cranky Yankee. All right, last pack, silver pack. Tatis, Vlad, Mayo rookie, Imanaga. All right, hit recap. We had 2 silver pack autos, including a Pete Alonso 9 of 10 black auto and a Yount to 99. We also had a Nacho Alvarez to 99 real one auto. The Class A team logo border. Ramirez, Imanaga to 150, Major League material. Real Muto, Kyle Tucker, and Kyle Schwarber. Oh, now Miller's hurt too. Great. Numbered stuff. Matt Vierling to 25. The Yankees Bronx Bombers to 50 gold foil. George Brett to 99. Garcia In Ward to 150, Chapman to 199, Sogard to 250, Sogard to 2025, Mazur, Kauser, and Wu golds to 2025. Mayo Silver Pack, Lee Silver Pack, Amador, Malloy, Birdsong, Locklear, Mazur, River Ryan, McRae Rainbow, River Ryan, Mazur, Locklear, Mickey Mantle, Pink, and Locklear Rainbow.